Hi guys, so the new pre-release version of Plants vs Zombies 3 has been out for around a week and a half now, and as you'd expect, data miners have been very busy trying to discover new upcoming content locked away in the files. Among a lot of very exciting things, including new worlds and environments, a whole host of returning new plants have been found. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through 9 plants that have been discovered behind the scenes, as well as 2 additional fan favourites that I think a number of other people have missed that can be found elsewhere. Also, please note, whilst these plants may have been found in the files, there's no guarantee at this stage they will be added into the game, so just remember to take what you see with a grain of salt. Anyway, let's rock. So I thought I'd start off with a plant that I know a number of you guys have been asking about in the comments, and that plant is Potato Mine. Yes, that's right, one of the most adored characters in the game might be returning, a plant that I think we've all built a lot of trust with, a plant you can just depend on day in day out to help you stall the start of the zombie onslaught, or just mop up a pesky straggler who somehow managed to get through your defences. So those of you who were worried about this little guy, fear not, it looks like he'll be back. Next up, I'm going to highlight 2 new plants that actually haven't been located within the files, but can actually be seen in one of the screenshots that are on the Google Play Store page for PvZ 3. So if you take a look at this ducky zombie screenshot, you'll see we have this overview of Dave's house. However, if you zoom in on the Camp David section of the map, you'll notice these 2 adorable fun guys. We have Sun Shroom and Puff Shroom. Now, I think most of us were expecting to see Sun Shroom, particularly with sunflowers being plantable once again. It was natural for us to at least wonder what other sun producing plants will make a return. I think one of the most exciting things here is that not only do we have 2 of our adorable mushroom friends back, but it also means we are likely going to be getting night levels once again. Now, there are some other data mined images to back this up, but I'll save those for another video. Next up is a plant you probably just saw on the previous screenshot, and that is good old Chomper. Yes, the zombie munchie machine that is Chomper couldn't shy away from an all-you-can-eat zombie buffet. If there's one plant who isn't going to miss the zombie apocalypse, it's Chomper, who just can't get enough of those tasty zombies. Moving on to a completely new plant that a lot of people have said looks almost like an ice version of Inferno, this guy is called Silversword, whose images and animation have been found both in the files, but can also be seen on this screenshot, which actually is quite relevant to the plant itself. So IRL Silversword plants are unique to Hawaii's volcano summit area, so this would explain why the plant is shown in this environment. These are the stages where we will likely see this plant appear. Another interesting fact is that these plants only bloom once before dying, so it could suggest these will be a one-time use plant, or very much like Potato Mine, you will place it down but it will get destroyed when a zombie steps on it. This is just speculation, however. The next 3 plants I have grouped together as they all operate in the same way, but I know they're all plants many of us love, and they do look rather adorable in their new art style. So making a reappearance, we have Cabbage Pult, Kernel Pult and Melon Pult. Now, I think with the other returning plants we've discussed, I think we were expecting to see these return as well. Great plants to stick at the back to provide artillery support, as well as to help to take out a large number of weaker zombies, but I guess that depends if they plan to include plant food in the full game or not. I imagine, like with previous titles, both Cabbage and Kernel Pult will likely be unlocked early on. On to number 9, we have Big Boy Coconut Cannon, a plant that has both a plus and a minus to it. Whilst being able to dish out a lot of damage, it has quite a significant recharge time, although it has been very fun in the past when you get a load of them working together. The only thing I would say about this image is that it looks quite similar to the PvZ 2 art style compared to the rest of the plants we've seen. I think one of the key things they've changed in the art style is the plant's eyes, however our buddy Coconut Cannon doesn't seem to follow that rule, but this is definitely a different design to its PvZ 2 counterpart. Now we move on to a plant that we saw quite a lot of in the previous iteration of PvZ 3, Starfruit, and you'll be happy to know this little plant is looking very cute again. I gotta say, I think the last style of this plant took away some of its cuteness, but like Sunflower, Starfruit now looks very huggable, and I hope they turn it into a plushie. Anyway, a very interesting plant that is good for swarms of enemies. Being able to shoot in a number of different directions can really be a lifesaver in many situations. I don't use Starfruit that much personally, but I'm glad it will still be part of the game and series. Finally, we have the pea that goes by multiple names, Snow Pea. A plant that you could probably say was a bit OP in the original Plants vs Zombies is back. I mean, there's not really much to say about this plant, we all know what it does, and if you don't, you can probably guess by its name and appearance. I actually really like the little stars they've added to the seed packet design, which could suggest the plant itself might have some sort of frosty elemental effect around it. But anyway, there you go guys, a whole bunch of new and returning plants hopefully coming our way. You can now rest easy, some of our favourites are making their return. As usual, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below, but other than that, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, turn on notifications, and if you want to support the channel further, check out my Patreon page by clicking on screen now or through the link in the description. Okay, thanks guys, bye. Thanks guys.